Did you start?
Yeah, I started.
Oh, he started. Let's go. Welcome to the whatever the fuck this podcast is gonna be called. I love that we started on just dead space there for
Oh,
a
I'm
second. That's
definitely including that in the video. Don't worry about it. It's
yeah,
all
I
good.
so this DSS podcast, we're not calling it that. It's gonna be named something cooler or funnier. Maybe
Probably.
ChatGPT can give
Maybe
us a name
not.
that's funny.
I don't
We'll
think
see.
so. It doesn't really do anything
But
good.
I don't know. We've been meaning to do this for 2 months now, but we're lazy. And we are going to be tier ranking every franchising team. Noah's just gonna know America's. The other teams are just gonna be my own personal tier ranking, um, because Noah doesn't know shit about APAC specifically. I'm sure.
My bad. No, I know a little bit. I know a little bit. Un
I
poco.
mean, what you know, PRX is good. That's about it.
No. PRX is dog shit. Bleed Esports
Mm,
#1 team because
oh,
of the GOAT. Yay.
bleed with yay.
Okay,
I
so
believe in yay.
I think we should start at a very important spot in the tier list. Okay. Um, so I got a email from my games headquarters. Uh,
Okay.
they did tell me that DSS has been granted a spot as the 31st team. So little caveat, or not the 31st team. Wow, I'm dumb. It's like the 34th. Anyhow,
Yeah, I was gonna say there's 33 teams. You dumbass.
um, so the caveat is we only get to play if one of the teams can't make it. Like we're like the backup team.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
So like
like
the
none
emergency
of the
goaltender
good
in
teams.
hockey, but like
Yeah,
at least like we got like in. So we're gonna rank
yeah.
ourselves.
Okay.
So S tier, A tier. You know, with our recent performance in FLV, I think we went what 0-5. Solid
Um.
season record.
Yep.
Um,
One OT game. I think
yeah.
honestly better
S
than
tier,
Detonation Gaming.
S tier.
I mean,
Yeah, it's S
mm,
tier. S tier performance. Anyhow, we'll move
I don't
on
know.
from
I
there.
think personally, I think Sentinels shits on us, but that just tends to in me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put us in S
Um.
tier, just low S tier. Low S tier.
Okay.
Okay, now at the
Okay.
actual teams, let's start with NA. I'm gonna save Sentinels for last because I want to talk about them a little bit.
There's some hot takes there too. I'm sure.
So, I guess we'll
But
start
let's just
with
go with 100 Thieves. I think off rip.
okay, 100 Thieves. Are we doing the assumption that they
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah. We are
Boostio and
doing
EU?
yes, yes. We're doing Boostio assumed because that is definitely is what is happening.
So
If
for
that's not what is happening, fucking I don't know what's happening with 100 Thieves in this tier ranking dog shit. But
the people
we're
who can't
going
see
with
the
Boostio
Flynn
IGL.
screen on my side monitor,
That's
uh,
also
which is
outdated.
everyone,
But
the team we're proposing is Cryo, Asuna, EU, Boostio, and Bang as the team.
with Zix as the head coach, Mike's HD assistant coach,
A solid beer
which
tier team, in my opinion. Like,
uh, I mean, okay, so last season they really struggled because Stellar wasn't the best IGL, and it was a lot of Mike's doing stuff on his own. I think Mike's kind of thrived under Sean as like the assistant coach. He came up with a lot of fun stuff. Like people dogged on the Cryoman. The Cryoman was fucking cooking on
okay,
Icebox. So like I think with Boostio as an IGL, who from like in the over the course of 2023 has become one of the best IGLs in NA, especially with FNS not playing anymore. Um,
rip.
like his mid rounding has been immaculate.
Okay, I
He
agree. I just don't think. I think there are other teams on this list that we will have in in S and A
okay.
tier that are gonna be better than this team. Like, I just don't think one. I think Cryo is overrated just because of
I mean,
how
I
like
I say cat. I think Cryo is with Yay going to APAC. I think Cryo is one of the best offers in NA. It's just they really struggled to like utilize that last year. And going into a raise meta, I likely what will be a raise meta. By the way, that's the assumption I'm working under.
oh
Um,
yeah, I mean for
that's
sure.
going to be harder, but if they figure out like more chamber kind of stuff, Asuna can go on raise. I think Cryo would be a very is still a good player. I think honestly for me the biggest question is Asuna if he goes back on raise more full time, how he does on that because he's been off duelist for a little bit. He's historically was one of the better raised players in NA,
Yeah, but I
but
mean, it's been a minute.
it's
It's
been a
been a hot
minute.
minute. He's been on like the Sky
I
and
say
the.
high. I say low A tier, but if you want to put,
I
I
will do
can
high B tier
compromise
for
that.
now, and then we can
High B tier. Yeah.
move
Yeah,
them later. Um,
yeah.
Next
Do we want to
is
get?
Cloud9, a known
Yeah.
quantity.
I
I
mean,
also think they're a B tier team.
yeah, good B tier team. Oxy is fucking him. That kid is like I think a new star duelist. I was watching him when he was playing on G2 in challengers, and he was really good. He was super impactful. Zeppa is such a good player. I mean, to support Oxy and that kind of stuff. Vanity, I know some people really don't like him as an IGL. I think he has really good mid rounding, and is even outside of that, it's just like leading a team. I think he's pretty good.
I
And
think
then
Vanity's like I know we're gonna make another podcast eventually about all the off season stuff, but he's played
yeah,
pretty well in a lot of the off season events
yeah,
and mechanically looked a lot better than he had in the past. I also just
yeah.
think
I
this
mean,
team is like they're going to be pretty decent. Just the amount of practice they're going to put in seems
yeah.
like they're already traveling everywhere to play. Um, I'm not going to
hmm
really weigh the off-season results right now in my rankings just because
I
whatever.
mean, we saw last year with 100 Thieves fucking dominating off season,
Yeah,
and
it
then they
doesn't.
did nothing.
We'll wait till all of them are done, but the team at least now that we've seen them play a couple times, at least looks competent at the very
Honestly, my
least.
biggest thing is Imi as the coach. Like strategically, they be sound? I think losing
Yeah, how?
MCE was crazy, but
Mm-hmm. I,
I mean, we'll
we'll
see. I
see.
think
I
B
don't think
tier.
they
They're
should
a
have
good
fired
leadership team.
MC, but that's a
No.
different
I mean,
story.
also Whippy just back on Sentinel is
I mean,
fucking
very
hit
good.
different. Honestly, but here's my hot take: Curry starting roster. He's smurfing in ranks. Get that man on a roster. It totally
He
won't go
needs to be
terrible.
on a roster. I do think so. Though, as a six man,
I mean,
I don't think it would be
eh,
bad thing
I
for
mean, I
them.
think he is their sixth man basically.
I don't think he was signed though.
So,
I think it was a temp sign.
oh,
If I'm correct,
I mean,
I
isn't he
could
a
be wrong.
content creator for them?
I let me look real
I'm
quick.
pretty sure he's a content creator.
Anyhow, we're not gonna argue about that because that's useless. Um,
No, but good B tier too.
all right, next I'm gonna choose a team that I'm not really fond of after seeing them do some dumb stuff, some EG shenanigans. What
I
do we
mean,
think?
we don't even know what EG's roster is going to be. Like the
Okay,
only
so
three
I've
things on EG that I feel like are actually known is Jojmo and Com. There's no team that's really looking for those kind of players anymore. Um,
so they're gonna stay. I know Demon One
like
is not scrimming with
Demon
them
One,
as of today.
yeah, Demon One and Ethan haven't been scrimming with them. Um, so I like the other three. Like I've seen B Dog, I've seen Sim, I've seen Corey, Shaz, I saw Stellar.
There's a
Like
lot of names floating around.
and it's
Um,
just so nebulous. Um,
yeah, and I
Personally, I
honestly,
think just off Potter, Potter as a coach is really good at like over like the season improving teams. Um, so I think you could put them at C tier off literally just Potter and Jojmo and Calm.
I think
There's
D
no
tier is
way this is
safer.
gonna be a. I think with Jojmo, Calm, and Potter being like likely to stay, there's no way this is a
Uh,
actual bottom of the game
Devil's
like team.
advocate though,
I
I
mean,
feel like the IGL and coach synergy is really
that's
important for how a team plays, and so
yeah.
they're
I mean,
losing Boostio, who's been with
honestly,
Potter for 3 years or however the timeline. It's been like a long ass time,
yeah.
and so
I
I
mean,
think just switching to a system with like Shaz or Stellar, whoever the fuck comes in, I think they're gonna be a D tier team with how many other good teams there are right now.
my hot take is we just put them in bottom feeder just because EG as an org is
Yeah,
ass.
horrible org.
Like I fucking love Potter. One of the best, I think, best
Wonderful
coach
coach in person.
in like in NA, let alone probably in the world. I mean, because Minnie retired from Fnatic, so she's probably one of the best coaches. But she is on an org that is just fucking their players over right now, and like that's not any of their fault. Like that's actually sucks for them. I'm sure it's terrible. It's making this offseason. They should have a champ. They should have the number one team. This should be S tier, EG, keeping the old roster. They should be dominating 2024. But because the org is just dumb, we're
Yeah.
not going to get to see that. I'm not going to be able to get to see them fucking dominate. And as a EG fan, all of 2023, this fucking sucks.
Also, it doesn't. It's surprising. Like if you just look at it from like an outsider standpoint, it's not like every player. I mean, maybe besides Demon One, is like gonna have a million players after like orcs after them. Like the team seemed very set. Like oh, they can
Yeah.
probably stay together. It wasn't like anyone was gonna think anything else was gonna happen. But it's esports, so that's what they're gonna give to you. Moving on
Yeah.
from that, I think this one's more of an interesting one if we're staying in the NA. Loud.
Yeah. Loud. Um,
Yes.
I mean, they got they kept like their, in my opinion, Sadhak. Everyone talks about Aspas being like the star player, and Aspas is fucking amazing. He's him. But for me, the thing that would keep Loud as a top contender was Sadhak being the IGL. Sadhak is just one of the best. I mean, best IGL in South America. One of the best IGLs in the world.
Top
So,
five for sure.
I mean, I with Sadhak, less staying, Cowie and Zine being one of the stronger initiative players in Americas. Toys on Smokes is still something still sometimes like but his harbor is, in my opinion,
The
one of the
best
best
harbor in the
harbors. So
world,
yeah, so if they
undoubtedly.
stick with trying that kind of stuff, which I think they still can, I think like on Sunset, there's some potential there for them to do stuff with that. They could, I think, still, I think they'll still be an S tier team because
S
QCK
tier, I
has
think,
never been.
is a little high. I think A tier is a solid place for them to land.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, they lost Aspas, but QCK has always been,
he's been decent. I mean, I also
like,
think
yeah, he's
we
not a
gotta give
bad
credit to
player.
List being the second best Sentinel player in the world. So, I mean,
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, actually, my opinion is he's the best Sentinel player. Alfier is just a better aimer. Like Les plays Sentinel to a higher degree. It's just there. Alfier has insane aim.
sure, but they're both amazing. I think Loud's
Yeah,
a solid A tier team. Um, I don't think they're going to be one of the teams that go to Madrid. I think
you don't think Lau's gonna make Madrid?
no. I have a hot take on who's making Madrid from NA, and we'll get there. Um, I
Okay,
think this next one is Lev, and I know exactly where I want to put them right now, and I hope you
fucking
do
S
too.
tier, S tier,
Yeah,
S tier. This team is
such a
this
good
team is
team.
making Madrid. This team
This
is
is one of
making
the teams that's
Madrid.
making Madrid, 100%.
Of I mean, there's a potential for them to like fall apart because like language issues, stuff like that could happen later in the year. But I think at the start of the season,
The honeymoon
just off
period is
pure
gonna go
firepower,
crazy.
honeymoon period, King fucking firing on all fours, Aspes going crazy, Tex, oh my god, like actually looks
What a
good on
good pickup for
like
them too.
never saw it coming, but like is frying.
I'm glad that he landed well after the guard slash G2 decided to move forward with him. We'll see how that works for both parties. Honestly, Tex got an upgrade. Um, but I think the most important thing about Lev is just, I mean, obviously off-season events. That's the only time we've seen them play. But there was one game where they like crushed a team 13-3, and they each had like the same amount of kills, and it was just like everyone looked so comfortable. And I think it's cool that Tex is
No,
like switching to the Sentinel role, and he's already doing pretty well on it. So
I mean
Mazzino is
it's
such an
also.
underrated Smokes player as well. Such a great
Well, I mean,
player.
I'm sad that Icebox is out because Mazzino was such a good player when back during the Icebox days. That was his map.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like him and King, I feel like have really good agent like diversity for that kind of stuff. So like literally, I feel like half the players on this, actually all of the players on this team have played Raze too, going into a Raze meta. Like Tex can play Raze, Aspas can play Raze, NZR has played Raze, I think, before.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think so.
King has like these are this team is like going to thrive in this new meta, I think. And as long as language issues aren't a thing, um, like this is a Madrid winner
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I wouldn't say
Um,
winner, but because there is
I mean,
one team
yeah,
on
it's
this list
gonna be
that's going to
hard.
win
Yeah,
Madrid, but
it's gonna be really
um,
hard to beat Fnatic. But I think if who's the coach for Lev?
it is
Oh, it's
wow,
Goat. It's
yeah,
Goat.
Goat.
Um, Yeah, he's a good coach. It's yeah, if they can come up with like,
It's
I mean,
gonna
they're
be
playing already.
interesting.
Like they're playing off-season tournaments. If they can get like a good strat book, because that's the thing that Fnatic has on everybody. I'm like using them as the comparison for a lot of these S tier teams. They
Just the
have
time and the strap book.
they
I
have the
mean,
time, they have the strat book, they have all that stuff down. And it's all about if these other teams can catch up. Because like these S tier teams have firepower.
so I will
It's
say something I've noticed from when we transitioned into franchising and now going into year two was the teams that generally did better kept four or more of their key pieces. And I mean, obviously, Fnatic picked up Chronicle and Leo, but like keeping the same general core. Like, when I mean key pieces, I mean coach is included too, so like four
yeah.
plus. And so like you look at like EG, like a team that no one thought would do well, but they kept playing together. And they just switched out Demon
Hey,
One, and then look what that happened. I think another great example is
I
Loud.
I was an EG defender since the start. I want that noted. I was an EG defender. They got fucking 13 0'd or whatever, and I was still like, no, no, no. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I didn't think they'd win champs. I thought like, okay, maybe they can make tournaments and stuff. But yeah, I just want that noted.
So to continue with my point though, like I think a lot of the teams that like made big roster changes this year
Hmm.
are not gonna have this like fanatic effect, which is why there's like some teams on this list that last year I would have had in like C or B tier that I'm gonna have higher just because I think they've had more time to figure it out,
Yeah,
and we'll get there. So I guess the next team we can talk about is because I want to talk about them because I was kind of alluding to it is Sentinels. Um,
I yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is a team I want to put A tier, and is also the team I think is going to make Madrid after Lviv.
I mean, my honestly, I would have said that up until 24 hours ago, where they started fucking with the roster. Um, I I
It's
don't like when
definitely
teams start screwing with the roster. You make a roster, and if you start immediately changing it during off season tournament results, like I love Celsius as a player. He seems like such a good emotional like leader. He's very vocal from all the comms watchings and all that stuff. But like you can't just take this smokes player that you may got and then just move him off when you like stick with the roster and let it develop. But they
so
are
now
going
we're
with
going
Celsius over
off the
Pancata.
assumption of the VLR that James FF posted today of Pancata being benched and Celsus being on the main tier
It,
list. So now we
I'm
don't
trusting that
know.
he's a pretty good source. It's like
Yeah,
he's been pretty
we
credible.
also don't know though if this is okay. I'm kind of copium, but we don't know if this is just for Africa TV or if
Yeah,
this is for the whole thing. I'm assuming it's for the whole thing. Let's just be honest here. Um, I
I mean
still
I get
think
it.
they're a
Like
good team, and here's my thoughts on
yeah,
that. I think maybe we don't know. Like obviously we don't know what's behind closed doors, but Pancata could just like not bring the same energy that Celsus does, and maybe that's what they were lacking on stage. Maybe it was this like this high
yeah,
energy, always going Celsus that was what needed to get tens because tens has admitted in the past that he's like his
he's a
mental is
passive
his
player.
biggest
He's
challenge.
also he's a fairly decent like passive player sometimes, and I think having Celsius in his ear basically probably being that more like hype kind of person
Yeah,
might
it
get that
was
to change too.
and maybe it's
But
just like they found in the off-season tournament though that the chemistry was what they needed, and
yeah,
so
I mean, my thing is though, if you're switching in Celsius for a player, I wouldn't have done it as Pancata because Pancata is a one of the best smokes players in the world in my opinion. And now that he's back on smokes, he was looking so good. And I think if there was a player on Sentinels, I would have swapped him out for. I
it
don't
is
know like
Sassy.
internal
Yeah, I
dynamics.
know.
Is Sasi because Sasi Sky has been not good to put it like there are two players on Sentinels who have better skies than Sasi, and neither one of them are playing Sky. Because Zekin and Celsius both play Sky, in my opinion, to a higher level than Sasi does. Because Sasi is still very much the Sova Fade player. That is what
So
he is. And
for I don't know, I forgot what
I
they
don't
were
know.
playing on Bind. Uh, who was I think Zelsis was on Brim, right, and then Sassy was on Sky, and then they had the double
Um,
duelist, and then John QT was on
yeah, they had,
Cypher.
yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
So Um, yeah, I don't know. I think if I'm just like obviously we know nothing, but I'm guessing it was a vibes issue, and that was the thing that maybe Sentinels was like, oh, we need to address this before the season starts. At least they're doing it now. At least it's not fucking
Yeah,
3 games in again. So at
yeah,
least they're
that
playing
would
in
have.
more off-season
I
events than
mean,
they did last year too. They played like one fucking Tarek Invitational and decided to call it quits with a team that had like the most bare bone pieces of any team in the league.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I
So
I I can accept. I'd say low A tier. Um, like
I think they're
because
just
I've
as good as
seen.
Loud.
No, I mean, John QT is not. That's another thing. I don't think John QT is at this current level. Not he's still improving as an IGL throughout this. Like you can see his mid rounding get better from like even back on M80 to now in Sentinels, like most recent things. His IGL is still getting better, but it's just not, in my opinion, at the level for them to go up against like a Loud or we'll talk about other teams like PRX or DRX or um,
Well,
even
okay,
like
this is
Leviathan. I don't
this
think
is
his
really
IGL.
scrim booking, but like John QT was the quote unquote mystery IGL, right? During champs when they were scrimming.
Um, I don't think it was ever confirmed, but that's my assumption.
Because
And
when they announced him, they said quote like the mystery IGL, like on his.
yeah, I mean,
So like if they
I think
obviously
I
had
think there
something there.
is. I think low A tier. I think they're worse than Loud. I think Loud,
Okay, I'll put
Sathak.
them low A tier. I'll compromise with
Well,
you there.
because
I think they're
Zekin.
high A
Okay,
tier.
we can go through. Like, I'm not gonna do a comparison for each player, but Zekin, amazing fucking player. He like I think going to
Best
be
young
like
talent
an
in
all
NA.
star. Yeah,
Him and
Sasi
Noxy.
is gonna struggle with the new Sky meta. Like I said, fucking. But if they're gonna stick with Zelsis or go back to Venkata, both amazing players. Tens is filling out his Asian diversity. His Yoru is awesome. His Breach is so much fucking better than it was at the start of the season. His KO is good. If we like keep seeing that addition as time goes on to his agent pool, that like maybe tens can be the Sky player, and then Sasi can flex to something else. I think that could like see they could see a lot of interesting things, but it's just right now, looking at it right now, I think there's still room to grow, and maybe we come and they're winning Madrid and they did that improvement, but I don't want to pred them being good off potential. I want to pred
Yeah.
like current like basis.
I still think
I
they're
think
better than teams like Cloud9, 100 Thieves, EG.
I mean, yeah. I mean just
So
like
that's why I'm putting.
skill
Yeah.
like player skill, individual skill um gets them above these teams as long as they don't pull what they did last year and like lose their
Switch it
IGL and look
mid-season.
absolutely clueless. Um,
Yeah.
we've done a lot of Sentinels talk.
Yeah, I think it's time we move on to another
Yeah,
team.
we can always look at them later and be
Fan
like,
favorite. NRG. Well, not really a fan favorite
"Yo,
after they
I
got rid
mean,
of my boy FNS.
they got rid of your boy and
Who is my
um,
favorite Valorant player? For people who don't know, he is my absolute favorite Valorant player.
FNS off the team." No,
So we are operating under
I
the
don't know.
assumption that they get Demon One, Ethan, and they continue with Victor, Crashies, Marv, and Chet as the coach.
Yeah,
And here's what I
I mean,
think.
I think
One,
what
I am a little worried that they kept Chet as a coach. In my opinion, last year, not Fnatic, NRG really didn't push the meta like they did in 2021. They really didn't find these like unique comps and strats. Like I think one example of where they did was their Haven towards the end of the year, towards their champs run where they switched to the Viper Harbor, and it looked absolutely amazing. And
yeah,
then besides that, it was like all the same shit. Like their bind looked like and champs just looked absolutely red, and like they had not these like when they first debuted the Harbor Viper Sage comp, and then now they're like not doing it. So like and then like they when they played against Paper X, I just didn't have any answers, which was just strange. I mean, obviously it was just Paper X being Paper X, but I don't know. I just feel like they didn't push the
yeah,
meta enough. So and then when we're switching to this kind of open field meta where we don't know what it's gonna be exactly, it's gonna
yeah.
be interesting to see like what does Chet cook. Maybe I'm you know, and also
I
he was like
yeah,
looking for new analysts too. So like he's not
yeah,
working with a team that he's had. So obviously there's a lot of
yeah.
new pieces. So there's that.
And I think not having a dedicated IGL, like I know Marv, Crashies, Victor, fucking like even Ethan, if Ethan's on the team, are all very smart players, but none of them are IGLs. Like this is a team I think
Oh
that
yeah, that's
has
another thing I totally forgot about. Yeah,
they don't have an IGL. They don't have an actual IGL. Marv has IGL before on Sentinels, but it was not like
God's gift
it's
to
nothing
a.
compared to like every other IGL has more experience and is more valuable. And as like they're all very smart players, I'm sure, and they could probably go for a more pay for X style of like everyone IGLing, and that could work. But that's too much up in the air for me. It's also with Chet as the coach, it's very much of a thing with Chet's teams like last year. If he can find the meta, then I think they'll do good. But that's a question of if he can find
Because
the
it
like
wasn't there
this.
during champs. He just couldn't find it
Yeah,
during champs.
and if if they manage to find it, could be an amazing team. But if they don't, I think they're gonna fall flat. Um, I don't want to put them at C tier, but like
You
I
know what I
think
just
they're C
realized?
tier. I
I have none of the China teams on here.
I don't know any of the Chinese teams, so we're not gonna rank them.
Um, we can rank Edward Gaming and Billy Billy
I mean,
Gaming.
EDG is a high A team, A tier team. If you want to find
Yeah,
them
let
and
me let
add them
me let
real
me
quick.
get Edward Gaming real quick. We can talk about them later, but I totally forgot. Um,
But back to energy while you're doing this, um, I think I, I don't want to say high C tier, but I think they're gonna be high C tier.
I know I've seen other people rank them super high too, and I'm like,
I mean, I like Platchat put them S tier and got roasted for it.
I don't know. I think IC tier is fair, and
But it's
I'm gonna
also
put a
like,
big asterisk on there. If they can figure it out, this
yeah.
team can be very, very, very good.
Well, it's also
I'm just
compared to unlike
not sold on Chet.
100. Yeah, also compared to 100 Thieves, where it's like we are fairly confident that it's going to be Boostio. The energy getting
Could be
Demon One
anything.
and Ethan
It could be anything.
is
We
a
have no idea.
possibility, and like the leaks have said that it's still a possibility, but they haven't said like the Boostio leaks where it's like, yeah, that's basically confirmed. Um, so C tier off unknowns, off no IGL, off Chet having to find the meta, but he might not like he did last year. We'll
And
see.
working with a new team. So,
And a new
um,
team. I
next
want them to
team,
succeed, but we'll see.
yeah, exactly. Moving
G2?
on, G2. Um, I from okay, so obviously they did well
If
to
you
win
it
Ascension, but
yeah,
they did not look good in the offseason event.
if you asked me at the start of
I would have said
like
S tier.
off season, I'd say S tier. But
They did not look
they just
good.
don't look the same right now, and I don't know
Trent
why.
was making a lot of individual mistakes, which he doesn't normally make. That's not what like wasn't Trent
Honestly,
test.
I think
Not just to
honestly,
point
I
it at
think
him, but like
yeah, they need to use this offseason. Take a fucking vacation or something because they literally just look like they're stressed. It's like
Valorant
watching them
fried.
play, they're making like mistakes they've never made before. But
You
off
can't do
that,
that in esports. So
I'd say high B tier.
high B tier, I think they're C tier. I think Cloud9 and like 100 Thieves are gonna be low B tier.
Low B tier. I'll take low B tier because I
Low B
mean,
tier.
it's a thing of they're making dumb mistakes, but if they literally just
Although
stop making those mistakes, they go up
I
a
think I'm
rank.
gonna move them down to C tier when we do international teams. I think
Yeah,
there's
we'll see how we do.
I think
I mean,
NA they're a B tier team, but
yeah,
yeah.
we'll readjust at the end. There's going to be a lot of C tier teams, I think, when we get to some of these
Crew, I
international.
think they're our first D tier team. They
Yep.
looked
No, Cruise
absolutely
DG.
horrible,
I
and
don't know what the fuck they're doing.
uh,
It looks.
the
It
roster on
looks.
paper looks kind of good, right? Like you have Kesnet, you
Yeah,
have Claus, Smelzer, Shy, but
but they
like
just did nothing. They
yeah.
just do nothing.
And so it was just one series. Obviously, like we're just looking at it, but like I don't know.
I don't know.
Did they change their coach
Melzer's
from last year?
IGLing.
Did they change their coach from last year?
I think they still have Adam,
Oh yeah. Then if it's the same, then
but
obviously the
I don't
LCQ
know.
run went well for them, but like I don't know. It was just strange. So
Melzer's IGLing in this offseason Superdome looked. I only saw like a game of theirs, but his IGLing looked poor. Um,
yeah, it was mismanaged, but I don't have enough information to like fully. I don't want to dog shit on them just for like one bad off event.
yeah, but I
Um,
mean, even outside that, I don't know, man. I'm not super confident in this roster.
Me neither. Next team that another org that I'm mad at. Um, Furia. Uh,
Yeah,
uh, I don't know. They had a pretty good thing going towards last year. I think they didn't need to make as many changes as they did.
yeah, they've made a lot that I don't get. I mean, like I like
Like
Havoc, I
dropping
like
Digison was
Khalil,
so stupid.
but yeah, dropping Dujin is insane to me. He was one of their best players, one of their better
Such a
players.
good player, and
But
but
I
alas,
don't know. They played well
uh,
against Lev. Like they had close games.
they beat C9 too.
They beat C9.
I think. Do we
But
put them
also,
in
I do want
B
to note that
tier?
C9 has been playing. That C9 has been playing back to back to back. That could just be them being
I mean,
fried.
C9 also beat them too,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna put them in high C tier.
high C tier.
Um, so
Just
left is
dropping DJs
higher.
in made no DJs in dropping in made no sense to
This is
me.
a team I know
So
nothing about, so you can lead the discussion in this one. Am I BR?
um oh they're gonna be a bottom feeder, I think.
Okay. I'm
I
looking
mean
at the
that might.
roster. It doesn't look like anything crazy where I'm like, oh, but
I mean like they got some of the like worst. I don't want to insult. These are still like pro players, and they're like
way better than me and you.
still.
Let's just be
Yeah,
honest here. We're dog
but
shit, but like, I
there
know
are
I totally get where
better.
you're coming from.
There are better tier two players that they could have picked up.
Especially from South
Like
America, yeah.
In Brazil, there are better players. I can't name the better players off the top of my head, but um,
L.
uh, I don't know. They did stick to the Z names kind of thing. Was JZZ, Artson,
FRZ,
FRZ,
Bazooka.
the Z. Yeah, I mean they have like fucking two good coaches. They have Bazooka and Fraud, but they had Bazooka last year and that did nothing.
I know.
So um, uh, bottom feeders just they
Hey,
didn't
until they come
they
win a
didn't
game again. Until they come
they
prove
were
us
a
wrong.
bottom feeder. They were a bottom feeder last year,
For
and
all but one game.
they didn't make any real upgrades to remove them from that area. So
Well, I think that finishes NA.
sorry.
So, um,
I mean, and I kind of like this. Lev number one, Sentinels and Loud are going to be up there.
yeah,
I
no, I
think
feel like this is pretty good. I think the only
there's
team I
definitely
don't,
okay.
looking at
Looking
this right
at
now,
this,
NRG needs to be
there's
higher.
def. I mean, looking at this, I would say there's some NA bias. I'd put Furia higher.
You think Fury is higher?
I think Furia is going to be like either right ahead of or right behind C9.
Um, how about this to make this
Let's
better?
honestly
I think I moved
switch.
G2 down,
Yeah, switch G2 and Furia, in my opinion.
move Furia up, and then 100 Thieves and Cloud9 are subject to change.
Yeah,
Because I
I
don't.
think this is.
Okay, let's go EU, because I know more about EU than
I
the other
mean,
ones.
let's just start off. Fucking put Fnatic on us here.
Okay,
Put
we
them
don't even
up
really
there.
need to talk
Not
about
even
this.
a goddamn question.
Only question,
Chronicle is
new
him.
head coach, so, but
Um,
like, not really a problem.
I mean, the thing is,
They
at this
already won
point,
home ground,
do
so.
they really need a head coach? Because they have all the fucking like prep work that they'll need for long term. It's really just having someone to continue that prep work.
So I
Um,
think it's fine. I think they're the best team in the world until they show us they're not. So
literally, it's four God's gifts to Valorant carrying Poster to a championship. So
okay,
no
Boaster's a
offense to
very good
Poster.
OJL.
But
Okay, let's.
Buster is a great IGL. Great IGL. That I'm not insulting his IGLing, but like the other four players on his team are fucking can aim out the goddamn wazoo.
Bro,
Like I'm
man, if they could just give me 1%, man, I could hit Immortal in 2 days, but
like
all good.
those Chronicle and Leo and Alfir and Jerka are just insane.
They're so good.
So
Um,
S
so
tier,
that's
not
there.
even a question.
We'll move on from them. This is a team that I want to like because I'm a fan of Mr. Keith himself. Uh, Navi,
Navi,
old
I
FPX
fucking
comes back together.
this might be a hot take B tier.
I think they're
I
A. I think they're an
a
A
lot of
tier
people are like,
team.
oh, no, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Keith comes back, they're good again." But
Keith was ass. Let's just be
Angel,
honest here. Keith
Angel
was
was
ass last
trolling.
year.
Yeah, Angel was trolling last year, the fuck out of it. Keith has not looked the same outside of the chamber meta. If they get Zipan back on
Well, here's the thing though.
Raze, they
Zippin
could see
is
some
going to a
stuff.
raise meta, and
But
Zippin's a goat raise.
but
Okay, here's
then
my thoughts.
then they're gonna have Keith on Sentinel or something or and
Chamber.
then you're Sugetsu off Sentinel, but Sugetsu's an
That's
amazing
true.
Sentinel,
We'll
and
figure it out.
it worked in the chamber meta. Um, like they could do it on the chamber meta, but chamber isn't going to be meta on every map like it used to be. Like
True.
even though he's getting more play, he's still not the best.
Okay, but
If anything, it's going to be a Cypher meta, which they want Sugetsu on Sentinel even more than because he's one of the
okay,
better Cypher players.
but what other teams in EU are gonna go for that Madrid spot? Like, what team do
Uh,
you think gets it over them? Like, looking at it right now,
honestly,
like in Liquid, obviously is a team that I would throw in there.
honestly,
Um,
I put Foot
Foot
over
too,
Navi.
but I think they're both
Fuck,
like
is Navi gonna make A tier just off the fact that
the EU
a lot of
sucks.
the EU teams
Yes,
are mid?
yes.
I okay, fucking
I
put them
also
at A tier, I
I
guess.
think also, but like look at
Yeah,
the NA teams that they're better at. They're better than 100 Thieves in C9.
yeah, they could just out A. Okay, A tier. You've convinced me.
And then I think
I think
next we
that
can just go right
transitions.
to Liquid.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be
Super excited about
another.
this roster. A tier.
Oh, I was gonna say high B tier.
I think they're A tier. I think picking up the
Um,
Apex core is so
I
smart. You
my
pick up you pick 3 players
I
up.
really like it too. I like it too. But fucking Kaiko is a jet player for and only a
I
jet
know.
player. If they, I don't know, if they picked up anyone, they fucking pick up Scream, and I think they're like an S tier team or some shit. But Kaiko, until I see this man do some god shit on Rays,
Okay, high B tier.
I want to put them high B tier.
Do you want them
Um,
below or above 100 Thieves in C9?
I'd say right in between them, right there.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, I can agree
Just
on
not having
that.
a Rays player. I mean, I guess
Okay,
Yampy could play Rays, but no.
we're I'm putting this team
But
here, and
yeah,
you
A tier, A
better
tier.
agree.
Fucking, they look.
The
I
goats.
CNED looks like a new man on this team. Like he
Bro
was
changed.
struggling on Navi,
Bro had an
and
evolution.
he has become what I want CNED to be.
I know.
Like
And
his
this
jet,
team is so
his
good.
his raise last year looked so bad, and then he plays it this now, and it just looks significantly
And
better,
they were
just for
heating
no
up
reason.
during like the end of the year too, and just I think it's gonna be good. I think they're gonna be good.
Mr. Fallen is a good IGL
Very
too,
good
and
IGL. Also like a solid mechanical player.
yeah,
Just like some of the rounds I remember him playing, or just like yeah, I was like, damn, this guy is like cool. But yeah, no, I
yeah.
think a team
Plus,
that's gonna
fucking
do well.
yeah. I mean, also their EMEA has a lot of mid teams that I think they'll be able to beat just off
Exactly.
CNED carrying. CNED off is going to dominate some of these teams.
Okay. Moving on. This is gonna be the EMEA team I root for because I'm a Fortnite lover. Uh, Heretics. What do you think about them?
Uh, what's Heretics roster again? I
It's
gotta
the one
pull
with
this
Benji
up.
Fishy, Boo, Mini Boo, Woot, and Rhines.
Okay, I have no idea about half these teams
They
players.
they like got shit on in an off-season event really bad. It was like
Yeah,
them, G2 goes
they
in, Foot, and I forgot
they
who the last
lost
team
to
was.
UCAM Tokiers. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah,
the
no, this is a
only team they beat was G2 Gozen, and that was
yeah.
okay.
We're gonna move on.
I think we put them at D tier.
Yeah, no, they're not good. Um,
I mean, I I'll root for them too if you say this is a fun team, but
I just like Benji Fishy. He's a nice kid. He's like always got like a positive attitude, and like he never
yeah.
like in the Fortnite community where there's just so much shit. There's never a bad thing about Benji Fishy. So,
I, I mean, I wish
um,
them the best, but D
and
tier.
by the way, G2 goes in. No one should make fun of them. Bad
No,
people
I
making fun
mean,
of them.
good. Yeah,
Good.
no, I didn't want to like give off that thing.
I didn't want
We're
to.
just
Yeah, I wanted
saying
to
it's like
clarify that real quick because
no. I'm not like saying anything. It's just they. I
it's their
mean, it's
first like
just
experience of playing against VCT teams. So
yeah. No, I mean they. I mean, didn't G2 actually play a really good close game against the tier one team the other
one of
day?
them, I think. But I
I
think
want to
they
say up against like they almost beat. They like played a close game to Foot or something. I don't
I don't
remember.
remember. I know they got 13-0'd by one of the teams, and that's what was like the whole Twitter bullshit.
And
But it
that's
was
dumb.
blown out of proportion and was highly sexist.
No.
So, anyhow,
Let's go. I want to go to Giants.
Giants? Well, that's funny from coming from a short kid, but okay.
Shut
Um,
the hell up.
oh, Rose too scared to say
Uh,
the big word. Anyhow, um, I think this is a B tier, C,
I mean,
mid between B and C, right?
I'd say
Like,
high C. High C.
yeah,
They have. I okay. Honestly, they have Redguard IGL. Will Redguard troll? If Redguard doesn't troll, they're gonna be good. But it's Redguard. Redguard's gonna troll.
yeah. I mean, we saw what he did with
So
the most cracked like liquid roster, and well,
I
he
mean,
he
like
cooked a bad stew.
they've got like Cloud, Hoodie, Nukia,
Very good
Fatino. I think is
team,
fifth. Good players.
good
I think
players.
I don't have a
Um,
lot to say other than if Redguard trolls, they're bad. If Redguard doesn't troll, they're good. So
okay,
C tier.
I'm looking at this list right now, and it just pains me to see NRG in C tier if they knowing they have Demon One, Crashies, Victor, Marvin,
Okay,
Demon One,
we
and
can move
Easter
them
and
to B
Ethan.
if you want.
I think
We
they
can move
have to
them
be
to
B
B.
tier, and also I
Yeah,
think Hunter
they
Thieves should go back down to C tier. That's my
no
thoughts.
no fuck you no. 100 Thieves is good. 100
I
Thieves
don't
will be
know, bro.
okay.
They look so bad at home ground. It was really bad. They looked really bad at home ground. And
Okay, put them at fine. I mean,
they were horrible last year. And they
I
like
think it's okay, but it's literally they don't have their IGL. Like they don't.
and they also
You're
got rid
basing
of
off.
they got Zix, so we have no idea how good of a head coach he is. It's gonna be like Josh McDaniels on the Raiders. He used to be like
Okay.
the spawn of Belichick.
Okay, I'll accept C because it's not a foregone conclusion that Bustio is the IGL. So for me, for you it can be whatever, but for me it's C tier because unconfirmed IGL. Okay,
Even if it is Boostio, I don't think they're gonna be that good at the
shut the fuck.
beginning.
No, they're gonna be
I think
great.
I think towards the end,
I think they're
but for the beginning, they're gonna be shit. I think they're gonna
okay.
be like
I'll give you
roll.
that. I'll give you that. I think they could be a champs team, but yeah, they're not gonna be a Madrid team.
No, and I think the Madrid team that's winning it are the two in S tier, or is actually the team on the far left in S tier. I think is winning Madrid, but
We're winning. We're winning.
yeah, no.
DSS
Well,
winning. Oh,
once
uh,
I make a new team, but
okay.
um, anyhow, um, I think next team we could talk about is Vitality. Big Vitality.
Vitality.
Safe.
Who's is that? Oh, that's safe.
That's Safe's team, and he's basically. I think it's a lot of young kids from what I've been hearing. And this is about
They
where
have.
my
Oh, okay.
knowledge of
Sender.
Valorant ends.
Sender. Wait, they're saying Sender as the IGL though, even though Safe is on the team.
Yeah, I think Safe just. Almost, I thought Safe went to Vitality to IGL, or like
Yeah, but I'm seeing Sender still the IGL.
that's what it says in the Flynn spreadsheet. But this is like kind of old, like a month old.
It's what it says on VLR too. So, I mean, I think if Safe isn't the IGL, high C tier. But if Safe is the IGL, I put like high B.
So top C
But
tier then.
I'm seeing Safe not IGL. So
He's a great player though.
I
Hope they do well.
oh he can he's
I wish he stayed in
amazing.
Liquid. Hot take, but anyhow,
I mean if he stays on Liquid
they're
and
an S
they
tier team,
have
or a high A tier
instead of
team at least.
Kaiko, fucking S tier team. Yeah,
But
but
alas. All
alas,
right, Gentlemates. Don't know
uh,
much about them. They beat the
I
Apex
watched them.
core that we're very high on.
Yeah, I
So
watched
low
them
B tier.
I watched them a bit in Ascension, and
They look good. I mean,
I mean, it's an Ascension team, so you have to be a good team to make like win Ascension like that.
I think they're probably
So
slightly better than G2 just because we haven't seen
I
them
mean, honestly,
recently.
yeah, honestly, that's kind of hurting G2 in the rankings. We've seen them play poorly recently, which is like sticking in my mind. I haven't seen Gentlemates play since they won Ascension.
So I feel
So,
like B is just a fair spot to put them.
but
Like,
they kept the full roster, I think, which
yeah, they
is
did.
always a
Smart.
plus. So, be,
Um,
I think it's gonna be the same thing for Bleed. It's gonna be like Ascension teams are middle of the pack.
I'll talk to you about Bleed in a
They're
second. I'm a little worried about that team.
yeah. Carbon Core?
BBL. All right,
Oh,
we
BBL,
can go
BBL.
Carbon Core. We can go Carbon Core.
I don't know.
Yeah, Narrate. Magnum. I like Magnum. They have the Goat Zeesh. Um, not bad. I mean, hopefully they'll be better than Carmen Core or C tier, just for
Yeah,
just because they're not like a bottom feeder team. There's not a team I don't think is going to do very well.
I don't have high expectations, but I don't think it'll be bad per se.
No, they're not going to get like rolled every game. Um,
So
Team
high
Secret.
C.
That's APAC. I'm used to Fortnite when Secret used to be a EMEA team. Um, Koi. This team's interesting because like they're keeping some of the pieces they had, like Shadow's Stark Zone tracks. But, like they picked up Camo and Shadow. So like
I mean I don't like Koi. D tier. Sorry.
D tier.
D tier.
Okay.
I don't. I didn't see anything I liked last season.
Yeah, and they didn't make too
I
many
saw.
changes to make it justifiable. Coolio. Um,
I mean that's. I feel like that's a hot thing, but like I saw nothing from them to
no,
give me
I
any.
don't like. It's not like a team. I'm like. I feel bad putting over like. There's. I think still think like teams like Vitality, 100 Thieves, Giants, G2 are better than them. Like
Wait,
low key,
I just
Carbon
realized
Core.
something.
What
Putting Karma Core C tier.
should be where?
We don't actually know their full roster. Like nothing's confirmed.
Oh really?
No, I just realized uh like the only two players that are actually signed is Zeish and Shin.
C tier. Anyhow,
Uh,
shut up.
so I think
Shut
no,
up.
I think
Shut up.
it's
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. C tier. Okay, next.
okay.
APAC time. This is where I shut up.
You
Um,
never put fucking BBL
oh my god, I'm tired. As you can see on the
BBL.
bottom of my screen, I'm recording this at 12:50 because I have um, been dodging this for a minute. Where do you think BBL should go? I'll let you choose this one because I don't know much about them.
I'd say above crew.
Above crew D tier
Yeah, it's like
or low C tier?
I'd say right above them D tier. Yeah, because I forget who their IGL is. Let me see.
Where's
Actually, I
the
don't know who their
fuck their
IGL is.
logo at?
Um, it's one right next to bleed, left of bleed.
This thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, what a great Valorant knowledge I have.
Kushner, Brave, Aslan are all good players, but
They got rid of Aslan.
don't they have Aslan still?
So now what it says in the Flynn spreadsheet.
Flynn's spreadsheet's old though.
Yeah, but
It
like
literally.
they all have a C next to them.
Oh, okay. Um, I don't know. I guess that's another reason for the D tier because I don't know the roster. I'm
No
sorry.
idea. Move on. All right, this one's gonna be fun. That's what I can talk about. DRX.
APAC, DRX. I mean, high A tier. No, low S
Mm,
tier. Low S tier. Low S tier. They've always been a top six team, like consistently.
yeah, no, there are T9. Like, okay, hold on. Let's think about this. Out of the APAC teams, I know this is like going beyond the scope. Paper X gets a spot, and DRX gets a spot, right?
Yeah, like consistently. These teams like DRX trolling last year with like them switching out their players still makes top tournament, like still makes playoffs and tournaments. Like
I don't really think we need to
DRX,
elaborate.
no, like they've are a long term good team. I don't think they're going to be winning any tournaments, um, but like long term, they've consistently been able to do stuff. So I
It's
have
a
no
fun
reason
one.
to not put them in S
My
tier.
next one, T1, picking up Rossi as of recently.
Fucking okay.
What the fuck?
If you asked me about T1 a month ago when they're picking up
It's
like
accurate.
Isu and King, I'm like, oh, actually that's pretty good because Zeta, Saya player, Isu King, and I think it was Excurate over
Mm-hmm.
Carpe, if I'm not mistaken. Sounds pretty good to me. And then they're like, actually,
They're picking
Rossi
up
starting
Rossi.
now, and I'm like, the fuck, what?
Rossi's a good player,
Yeah,
but
but it just
not as
confuses the fuck
good.
out of me.
Yeah, it was just a weird pickup. Um,
I'd
Looking
say B.
C,
Oh,
C.
I was gonna say B,
There's like an unknown quantity. They're
but
decent. They're
I
one of the
mean,
like better APAC
not to like
teams.
insult APAC teams, but yeah,
They're one of the better
they're
APAC
gonna
teams.
they're gonna be able to make like potentially make stuff just off being
Yeah,
able to
no.
shit
So
on
I'm
like
assuming our tier list is
detonation games.
probability of making Madrid, right? That's the
That's kind of in my. It's how I'm neutral. I'm kind of trying to balance regions for that kind of way. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Um.
My favorite team, Global Esports.
Sorry.
First of all,
Fucking bottom
hold on,
feeders.
hold on, hold on, hold on. We must pay tribute to the loss of the great Sky Rossi, the best
Mm,
Valorant
my
player
bad, my
to have
bad.
ever exist, and I think we're gonna take a moment of silence for him, everyone. Anyhow, um,
All
yeah,
right,
bottom
fucking
feeders.
bottom
All right,
feeders.
let's move
Why
on.
are they getting Russ, the
I
worst
don't
player
know.
on Guild?
And
Ben
then
guy's back at least. That's
at
fun.
least we get the walkouts. The walkouts are back, guys.
Hmm.
The walkouts are
But
back. If
he's on a
Benkai
actually.
watches this,
We're
who's
not
my
getting the
goat?
walkouts. We're not getting the walkouts because he's not making a tournament. But
No, he can walk out
still,
on the stage in VCT.
yeah, he can do it in Korea. I'll watch that
Yeah,
at 3 a.m.
no, yeah, I know you will. That's why we're doing this podcast. I know some, and you know all. Anyhow, next
Yeah.
team we can throw easily into S tier's Paybreaks.
Yeah. I mean, Monyet is the goat. I love Monyet.
He's gonna be very good. I mean, obviously losing Jing sucks, but
Yeah,
like Manyet's
but
a good player,
it's
so
still fucking Monyet's great though, so it's gonna be fine.
they'll be
uh,
fine. They're doing the same stuff, and I don't think they're easily gonna qualify for Madrid, so
yep.
no problems there.
Yeah, I
Um,
love Paper X. It's gonna be fun.
Edward Gaming, we said high A tier
Oh, let's leave Edward for last. Let's leave
later.
Edward for
Okay,
last. Yeah,
Edward for
let's go through
last.
all the. Let's go all through the APAC before we get to the Chinese team.
Okay, let's get rid of some of the
I
easy
mean,
ones.
let's just get this one. Detonation
Detonation,
Gaming,
yep.
bottom. I want them. Yeah, they are the bottom of the bottom. By the way.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Okay, hold on a
and
second. EG should be D tier. As much as I. No, wait, we just threw them bottom feeder since they're shit org. Never mind.
yeah, because yeah.
Um,
Obviously, you could create it. You create an their own tier. Say fuck
I don't know
EG.
how to do that.
Oh, all right. Well, you're lame. I
Tell me what
That's
to
fine. That's
hit.
fine. I actually don't know either. So,
Yeah, dumb fuck.
let's go to Zeta.
Okay, I don't. I know they may roster announce something recently, so let me
A
look
tier,
at it.
A tier, A tier. I want a Japanese team to be good. Please, Zeta Division, be good. Finally,
Oh, so they moved
like
Crow to coach, and then
I remember the Reykjavik Zeta Division actually good, and then they stopped doing stuff after it. But Laz is such a good player. I love Laz.
can I put
He's
them high B
so.
tier?
I mean, that's
Actually,
fair. That's fair.
high B tier. Yeah, because okay, I think B tier are the teams that have the potential to be really good and
Yeah, I
just
mean,
haven't proven themselves yet, right? So like,
Crow to okay, Crow to coach. Really, I really like that.
yeah,
He was one of the players I wanted like to try and upgrade, and staying on the team as a coach is still a great thing. Sugar Zero is a great smokes player. Depp is awesome. I love Depp, and
Yeah, no, I think they look good in home ground too.
yeah, they
They
look
had some
good.
good
I mean, I don't
matches.
think they were playing with the real roster, were they?
No, but no, they had like two like
They had an academy
so
player or
yeah,
something, I
two
think.
academy players playing, but like still they look good with that. So
Yeah.
Laz had some
I'll
insane
take
rounds,
Habichi.
bro.
I
There is.
I don't get why they have a Brazilian coach. Getting Carlo confuses me, but I don't know. They must have something cooking. So
They were cooking. No worries. But yeah, Laz like when the game against Cloud9, bro, it was
yeah,
something. All right, next
yeah.
team Talon. I know they made some moves recently, and I
If I'm not mistaken, I don't get those moves.
oh yeah, they picked up Ban and Governor, which I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Sorry, I think this
Ban
is a
is
C tier team.
okay, but like Governor's,
This is a C tier team.
yeah, ooh,
Low C tier. Oh, I mean,
ugh,
if you want to put him D,
bro.
no.
I mean, the G2's up here.
I
Like,
mean,
okay, hold on, G2
if
needs to
if
move up
if they get to
here.
play with Patty Fan,
I need to make these better.
yeah, if with Patty Fan, I think he's a good player. Cruz was a decent IGL,
He's always been decent.
but um, no, I don't get the fan or the governor thing, so I'll accept them in that low.
Secret. I don't know anything about them, but
I think. Let me double check this roster
I've
real quick.
Borkum is the only player I've heard, and I know that's just someone in FLB likes them.
Um,
So
Envy and Jeremy. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Actually, are I think pretty good players.
so
Um,
C tier.
is Dubstep their duelist?
Yes. Wait, no, he's not even on the team anymore. Their
Oh
roster.
yeah, I was gonna say he played with. I don't even know, man. Uh, I was gonna say B tier, but I mean I think they'll be good. I
I
think.
was with them in middle C tier.
I mean they
We'll just do
looked
that.
good when they played up against Zeta Division. Uh, wait, no, did they play against?
They haven't played
No,
since
I'm
season.
misremembering. I'm thinking of a different goddamn team. I don't. Yeah,
Put them there.
C tier then.
Um, Gen-
RQ.
RQ. This is my Apex knowledge is dog shit.
This is where I also blank out. I can talk about most of these teams, but not RQ.
I'm throwing them in C tier. Move on.
Yeah, a lot of these APAC
Genji.
teams.
Uh,
Is Genji? If I'm
I
not
think they
mistaken,
got rid
Genji
of
is lower.
Munchkin, right? And then uh,
They have no. They have Munchkin, Meteor, Texture, and Lakia. Oh wait, that's actually not that bad.
that's not bad at all. I
Um,
thought they were getting rid of Munchkin, and that's why I was about to throw them in D tier. But if they're not getting rid of Munchkin, then I'm a happy man.
you
Because
could
I'm a
probably
fat
put them.
person, so I love Munchkins.
Do you want to put them?
Dunkin' Donuts, by the way, mwah, so good. Anyhow,
I mean, I don't know their fifth, which is their IGL, I think. So
C. Like I feel like a lot of these AFI teams just go C because I don't know where they're at.
yeah. I'd probably put them above.
I'm putting RRQ in D tier, by the way.
I probably put Genji above Giants just off the fact that Meteor's a great duelist. Lakia is a really good player.
Yeah, they're more of a
So
known quantity, actually.
there's a bit known there, but yeah, nothing
Okay,
huge.
Bleed Esports,
Bleed,
some fun
bleed.
teams.
Put these fucks in A tier. Put them in A tier.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
he's gonna
on. I'll let you
dominate.
talk. I'll let you talk, and then I'm gonna
I
tell you why you're wrong.
Yay back in fucking franchising. Let's go. But also, even outside of that, uh, I mean, Bleed looked good in uh Ascension. Like, Crazy Guy looked like a really good IGL. In a region that struggles with that sometimes. Scary. I was sad that
That
he went
1v5
with.
clutch, bro.
Oh my god,
Mm,
this man should have been in franchising, but he chased the bag instead. And honestly, fair. He deserves it.
and now he is,
Uh,
so
and
worked out for him.
Egoist is, I think, a good pickup too. So,
So yeah, the bleed thing, they lost two players, Juicy and Neff. So,
which
but
I think were two of their weaker players. So,
Juicy was
honestly,
pretty
I'm not.
good. Um,
Yeah, but Neff was definitely their weakest player.
yeah.
I
Um,
they also kept Darian Darian. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Darion, I think it
Um,
was.
which he's a good Sentinel player. So
I think those team will be this will be
I
one
can't
of the
really
better.
I can't really speak a
Uh,
lot on his play because
no, they're
I
not
only
A tier.
really
They're not an A tier team. Like if they're an A
no
tier
do it
team, they're
do it.
B team.
I put Zeta at A tiers. Put
I
Zeta at
I
A
would
tier.
rather put. I'd be more comfortable putting Zeta
I
A tier.
but I'm telling you, Ye is making champs again. Bro's gonna dominate. Also, yeah, it fucking no. Actually, I put them above Sentinels, in between Loud and Sen. I put no,
Mm,
I put them. I don't, you don't watch Chinese games. Some of the games are mind-boggling sometimes. Um, they
they're
still have a
good enough to
tendency,
beat Sentinels.
yeah, but they just have a tendency to still sometimes stroll. Um, like their comps sometimes make no sense. So, like, watch some of their Haven games or some of their Sunset games. Sorry, and on Chishu's Viper is like the most bizarre thing because he looks so good. All like, but his setups make no sense to me. His walls for his lurks are terrible, but he still succeeds because he's just better. So,
This is the tier
like,
list then. Are we
they
happy?
troll. Yeah,
Um.
let's see. Let's see.
Okay.
Um,
And then after this, I want to do our predictions for Madrid.
I I mean, how many teams are making Madrid? Is it 8
Eight. It
teams?
is eight. Two from China. Two from and the other three. So
Okay.
first team, this looks fine up here. I think Lev is. Actually, no. Paper X is probably better than Lev. I like that.
I
Here,
like that. I like that.
I like the second
Um,
row too. And like, I don't. I'm not gonna have any bias there. Um, that's cool. This row needs some adjusting.
it's once we start getting down in these weeds where I'm like unsure about some of the teams. Mates is sneaking their way up there. What are you doing, dude? Uh,
They're moving down. Liquid's top of B tier. I think this is fair. I like this. I like this.
Um,
T1 could be a bit higher. T1 could be
put
like
put put G2 just put G2 right behind
Gentlemates.
mates. I think
I
we're
think we're
doing
being too
too
harsh
much.
on them.
We're being too
I
harsh on
agree.
recent results. They gotta go on vacation. Go do some Christmas stuff.
Because we all know how good
See your
Trent is. We
family.
all know how Professor P is. We know how good Mr. Valen is. Yeah, we've been a little harsh.
And and Leaf is a great like
Yeah.
duelist that can flex. We're being harsh off
Okay,
these
100
results.
Thieves, top of C tier. Fair. I think C
I'm
tier's
fine with that.
fine.
You know,
D tier
you
is
don't
just
know
all
that.
dog shit, and bottom tiers are all dog shit. So,
Oh, okay, here's my thing. I want so many of these teams on the bottom to be good. I want to see Crew farm.
no,
Like
I want to see
I
this
want to watch
team rise to the top.
them. I want to watch Ben Kai's Walkouts, yeah. And but yeah, some of these teams are just there.
Okay, finally, now that we have this, um, I guess we just do it by talking. Um,
I mean,
so the four teams in S tier are making it. So that means we have an NA slot. I think it goes to Sentinels. That's just my hot take. Um,
I don't know. I think it goes to Loud. I think it's Loud and Lev.
I think it's Sentinels and Lev. We can just disagree there. Um,
Honestly, actually, fucking, I think low key we could see like a C9. That'd be fun.
I don't
That'd be
think
a
they're
funny
gonna
one.
make it. I think
That'd
Sentinels
be
is
a
going
funny
to
one.
be good in the Madrid era, and then we'll either see them. Sentinels will be interesting. I think they're gonna be good for Madrid, like the first split, and they're either gonna be really good for the next split or be really bad for the next split. It's me one of two extremes. They're either gonna be dog shit or like fucking cooking.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
So we can agree there. I think for EMEA, I think Fanatics just we got Lock. I think
It's
Navi's probably the
Fnatic and
second
gonna be
easiest
Navi
one.
just because the fact that I think Navi's not gonna. I think Navi's gonna probably be one of the worst teams at Madrid. But
They're gonna get they'll
EMEA,
get group. They'll be gone, but they're
actually, I
gonna
don't.
get
Is
there.
it groups? Is there a group stage for
No, this
Madrid?
is probably gonna be knockouts, right? Probably
Yeah,
say
I feel like it's
knockouts.
just gonna go. It's 8 teams. It's gonna go just to the
Double one
playoff
bracket.
bracket.
Yeah. No,
Um,
Navi's gone pretty quickly there.
but I mean, EMEA is a. I mean, EMEA has the best team in the world, and then s- some mid teams, and then some dog shit. So I think. Oh, you want to add Billy Billy to this?
Of course, we have to add the second
Honestly,
Chinese
Billy
team
Billy is.
qualifying for champs.
I mean, I don't. You don't watch a lot. I don't think it's gonna be Billy Billy, dude.
Well, I'm adding Billy Gaming because they
I
took
think.
down
I
my
think.
goat
I think
FNS.
Rare Adam. I think Rare Adam is the team that actually has potential.
No,
They're like
Billy Gaming, my goats, better than
they're like
EDG.
one of the only teams that I think has actually like when EDG isn't trolling has actually played them closely.
Okay, well we'll say EDG and some other team because we are uninformed. And
I
then
mean, I'm gonna say EDG and Rare Adam. Like I
okay,
don't watch a lot of Chinese Valorant,
I watch no
but
Chinese Valiant, but I know Billy Gaming is the supreme entity of all Valorant games. So there's that. Um,
I,
APAC, PaperX, DRX. Let's close the book on that. I think
yeah,
Zeta could make a sleeper pick though over the DRX. Like Zeta could qualify for DS.
and I don't see it.
If they get hot. If they get hot.
If anything, I put Zeta over PRX because PRX great team, but PRX is a control. They trolled before. Um,
Okay. Yeah, that's maybe you're
but
true.
PRX is still good. PRX, DRX are Madrid teams for
Okay.
APAC, I think.
And then who's your Madrid winner? I think we could say on the count of
It's
three. One,
Fnatic.
two, three.
Shut the fuck
Fanatic.
up. You're not counting against Fnatic. It's Fnatic.
Fuck you.
They just have
Um.
more time. They have better prep. They have a roster that they're one of the few teams that fully kept their old roster, and it's the fucking best roster in the world.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
I
maybe
think.
if EG stayed together, I would have said EG. If they stayed together, if Loud stayed together with Ospas, maybe I say them. But I don't know.
Yeah. This is
If
a good
PRX still
tier
had
list, by the
Jing,
way. This is a really good tier list. I'm actually
yeah,
really
just
happy with it.
fucking making yourself fucking talk yourself up, bro. Jesus.
I'm so good, bro. What
Uh,
do you mean? Like in the comments, you guys can tell me I'm a dumbass, but I mean, no one's gonna watch this the whole way through. I can guarantee this. It's been an
no,
hour
no,
long.
no one's seen it in this part. I mean, we could
Um,
cut. We're not cutting. We're doing this
no, we're
whole
not
thing.
cutting. Um,
I want all of our hot takes in here.
I think who? Okay, so I feel like the Fnatic is a cop out answer, right? So if it's not Fnatic, who are
Okay,
you
let's
choosing?
let's not Fnatic.
Okay,
Probably
Lev.
Lev.
Fuck.
I don't know. I'm not.
No,
I
but
mean,
Lev
all the
is
teams
so.
I would
I
have,
want Love to
all the
win.
teams from champs that I liked are like they lost a star player in Jing or
I
Aspas, or they fucking fell apart like EG.
Okay,
So I
like
can't.
Lev's
I
the
don't
team
know
I'm gonna
shit.
root for if it's not Sentinels. Like I like Lev, I like Tex, I
Oh,
like
I mean, yeah,
Aspas, I love
yeah.
King, love Mazino.
Lev
Like
is my team next. I'm already. Lev is my team next year.
they got the coolest logo, the coolest jerseys. Like
Yeah, I think
although
Lev will
Sentinels
be
is
the
my
team I
team
root for.
because I'm just an NA copium. I will
I
say,
mean,
mark this
honestly,
on the record right now though. Okay, my
mm,
goat finesse. If you are listening, I know you're out
he's not.
there. I know he's definitely listening, bro. I know he is.
Mm.
I need you to come back, my friend, so I can actually root for a competent NA team. Okay, just come back, please. I'll form a roster, man. I'll get you Sam
Bro,
on there. I'll get you whatever you want,
why do NA orgs have to be so fucking dog shit?
bro. I
Bro,
guarantee you, FNS could cook better than what some of these teams did. Like,
I mean,
oh my,
literally put FNS on NRG still, and they cook. But
let him get no. Like if you get FNS Sam, and then you can like pick up. The thing is that they kept FNS and Sam from the get go, and they got rid of Chat because that seemed to be where the strife was. Um,
yeah,
like you could have had access to all these players before the other teams got them. Like we could
I don't know.
they could have got the Demon One and Ethan still. Like FNF San Demon One Ethan plus one. Oh, that team
Hmm.
have been nuts.
That would have been pretty good, yeah. But we'll see. I
Well,
think.
I think there's one team that we didn't talk about enough in
Hmm,
this thing, and that team is DSS Gaming.
oh,
So
fucking dog shit, team. To be honest.
horrible team, but just elaborating, we will be doing these podcasts whenever we feel like making them, and we feel like there's enough to talk about to make an actual
Yeah, I mean,
podcast.
I'm hoping. I think we could do like an off-season wrap-up kind of thing. I think.
I agree. Go over all the results, kind of the winners of each one, takeaways. Um,
Yeah, maybe we'll stream some future
I
ones or
think
something.
the future ones could be streamed for audience interaction, and then
We gotta convince some I don't know like FLV to let us fucking do it as a
a
event thing.
thing. We also
We could replace the FLV podcast for a week.
we're definitely better than them. I mean, what? I whoa,
I
whoa,
mean, like
whoa,
that gnome guy has some dog shit takes to be
bro.
honest.
He is that guy's crazy, bro.
This is the way I'm figuring. I get to know if anyone actually watches this full thing. If
Yeah,
I get a like someone telling me that I called gnome fucking dumb.
I mean, his takes are horrible, bro. Like,
Oh,
let's talk about that
terrible
right now.
takes.
Like, I be watching like the esports chat. I'm like, damn, man, this shit's getting crazy. It's a little too spicy
Yeah,
for my liking.
yeah. I gotta like stop myself from getting banned on a weekly basis.
Anyhow, before we go into that talk, um, I think that's all for today. So thank you for watching. I'm assuming you did it, but if you did, um, I will give you a cookie next time I see you. So there you go. Uh, I guarantee you 0 cookies will be lost. So there we go. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and this is the shitters signing off.
We need to have like an end thing, you know, like
What do you want to
Clap
make
Chat
it?
has their like why it's weekly award. Let's like I don't know, some
We need
troll.
more like segments too.
Oh, did you actually already cut?
No.
I mean I think this us talking about an end segment is a funny end segment. Uh
It'd be a funny
let's
wouldn't it be a funny end segment if I
what?
farted in the mic and that's how it ended?
Oh no, don't do that. Let's see. We could do like I don't know some like an M no we can't do like an MVP because we're not playing games. Uh
Hot take. I think we just end it right now, and that's how we end it.
with the rambling. Okay, we could just end it with some rambling. Like do a fade out right now. I'm already envisioning it. Like we're slowly getting quieter as like end track music plays,
Yeah, just I'm
and like
eating.
this is already getting
Oh, let me go
drowned
get my
out. They can
Cheez-Its
barely
real quick.
hear.
I'm so hungry, bro.
They can't hear what I'm saying anymore because there's like fucking dubstep blasting. Fucking that'd be funny.